Deep within the lush, mist-rooted jungles of Skull Island, a world lost to time, lived a king unlike any other. This was Kang, a titan of immense power, but also a gentle guardian. His kingdom wasn't one of gold or stone, but of towering trees and cascading waterfalls. And his subjects? His most precious treasure? Were his family. There was Jaya, his mate, whose intelligence and grace matched his strength. And their young son Kiko, a bundle of boundless energy and curiosity, already showing signs of his father's mighty spirit. Their days were a peaceful rhythm of foraging for the sweetest bamboo shoots, playful wrestling matches that shook the very ground, and quiet moments spent watching the twin suns set over the island's jagged peaks. Kiko would often climb onto his father's massive shoulders, his tiny hands tangled in Kong's thick fur, looking out at their world with wide, innocent eyes. For Kang, these moments were everything. He was a king, a protector, but most importantly, he was a father. His family was his world, and he would move mountains to keep them safe. One bright morning, as the family explored a new valley filled with giant, vibrant flowers, a deafening roar shattered the tranquility. It was a sound of primal hunger and ancient fury. From the shadows of a deep ravine, a monstrous creature emerged. It was a Vastinosaurus rex, a hyper-carnivore, larger and more vicious than any tyrannosaur that had ever walked the earth, its eyes burning with malice, fixed on the smallest and most vulnerable member of the family, Kiko. The V-Rex charged, its massive feet pounding the earth like war drums, its gaping maw lined with teeth like daggers. Panic flared. Gia instinctively scooped up Kiko, shielding him with her body and retreating towards the safety of the dense jungle. But the predator was relentless, cutting off their path. Fear was a cold stone in the air. But fear is for lesser creatures. Kang, seeing his family cornered, let out a roar that was not just a challenge, but a promise. A promise of devastation for anything that dared to threaten his kin. He beat his chest, the sound echoing like thunder across the valley, a declaration of war. He met the V-Rex's charge head-on. The two titans collided with the force of an earthquake. It was a maelstrom of fur and scales, of muscle and bone. Kong, using his superior intelligence and agility, dodged a lethal bite and landed a powerful blow to the V-Rex's jaw. The beast staggered, enraged, and swung its massive tail, catching Kang in the ribs. He grunted in pain but didn't falter. He saw Jaya and Kiko, huddled and terrified, and a surge of primal rage fueled him. This was not a battle for territory. It was a fight for survival, for the future of his lineage. The V-Rex lunged again, its jaws snapping inches from Kong's face. But Kong was ready. He grabbed the dinosaur's upper and lower jaws, his muscles straining to their absolute limit. The V-Rex thrashed wildly, its immense power threatening to overwhelm him. Kong could feel his strength waning, the pressure immense. He looked past the snarling beast and met Gia's eyes. In that single glance, a universe of love and determination passed between them. It was the spark he needed, with a final, earth-shattering roar that tore from the very depths of his soul. Kong put every ounce of his being into one final, titanic effort. There was a sickening crack of bone as he wrenched the V-Rex's jaws apart, breaking them. The monstrous predator collapsed. Its reign of terror ended forever. Breathing heavily, his body bruised and battered, Kang stood victorious over his fallen foe. The first thing he did was turn to his family. He lumbered over to Jaya and Kiko, his fierce warrior eyes softening with relief and love. He gently nudged Kiko with his massive finger, a silent question. Kiko, no longer afraid, scrambled out from his mother's arms and hugged his father's leg, chittering happily. Jaya came forward and rested her head against Kong's chest, a gesture of profound gratitude and love. The danger had passed. The family was safe, whole, and together. Kong pulled them close, enveloping them in a protective embrace. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, illuminating the valley once more, Kong knew that his strength was not just in his fists, but in the fierce, unyielding love he held for his family. He was their king, their guardian, their hero, And for them, he would face any monster, conquer any fear, and defy the very gods if he had to. Because that's what family does. They protect each other, no matter the cost. Thank you so much for joining us on this adventure into the heart of Skull Island. If you loved this story, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more epic tailies. We'd love to hear what you thought in the comments below. Until next time, stay brave and stay wild.